Have you ever felt like there's just a constant storm of thoughts raging inside your head? You know, that nonstop chatter that pulls you in a million different directions? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive into a really simple but incredibly powerful way to find the calm in that storm and turn it into this amazing sense of stillness.
So let me just start by asking you a question. Does this sound familiar? You're trying to focus on something, but your mind is already somewhere else. Maybe it's replaying a mistake from yesterday, or it's jumping ahead and worrying about a meeting you've got next week. It's a super common feeling, and you know what? It is absolutely exhausting. But what if I told you there was a way to just anchor your attention, right here, right now?
Let's just call this constant mental chaos what it feels like, a storm. It's this turbulent state where our thoughts are just swirling around uncontrollably, and it feels pretty much impossible to find even one single moment of peace. And this inner storm is usually a massive tug of war. See, on one side, we're being pulled back into the past, thinking about regrets, things we wish we'd done differently, those sad moments. And on the other side, we get yanked into the future, which is this huge, empty space filled with what-ifs and all kinds of anxieties. Our mind gets stuck bouncing between these two places, and it never really gets to land in the present. And this mental storm, it has real-world consequences. It's not just something happening in our heads. It leaves us feeling agitated, kind of on edge all the time. It completely drains our energy, leading to this deep, constant feeling of being tired. It can even make it hard to feel simple joy, to just genuinely smile. It is a really heavy weight to carry around day after day.
So, how in the world do we calm this storm? Well, the key, according to our source material, is a concept you probably heard of, but maybe haven't really dug into: mindfulness.
At its core, mindfulness is actually incredibly simple. It's the practice of intentionally focusing your mind, like all of it, on what's happening right here, right now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, this very second. It's all about bringing your full, undivided attention to this present moment.
So how does that actually work? Well, think of your attention as a limited resource, kind of like a single spotlight on a dark stage. When you deliberately point that entire spotlight onto the present moment, say the feeling of your breath or the sounds around you, there's just no light left to shine on anything else. Those anxious thoughts about the future, those regrets about the past, they get completely crowded out of the spotlight. There's no room for them. Now, to make this idea a little less abstract, let's walk through this really powerful analogy from the source material. It's a fantastic way to illustrate how mindfulness works in a way you can almost feel. Okay, let's try a little thought experiment together. I want you to imagine you're holding a glass of water, and it's filled right up to the very brim. Now, your job is to walk down a busy, noisy street without spilling a single drop. What happens? Well, your focus gets incredibly narrow, right? You become aware of every single step, the balance in your hand, that tiny little shift of the water, and the noise of the traffic, the people talking all around you, it all just fades into the background.
And that right there, that's the magic. Your attention is so completely full, so occupied by the task at hand, that all the external chaos, all those distractions, they just can't break through. Mindfulness works in exactly the same way. When you focus on your steps in the present moment, the internal chaos of past regrets and future anxieties, it all just starts to fade away. And when we start to practice this kind of focused attention, something really profound starts to happen. We're not just distracting ourselves from our thoughts, we're actually changing our entire internal landscape. I just love this quote from the source. It totally shifts our perspective. We so often think of peace as something we have to go out and find. On a vacation or in a different job, somewhere out there. But this suggests that peace isn't a destination at all. It's a state of being that's already inside of us, just waiting for us to uncover it by living fully in the present. And the result of tapping into this inner state? Stillness. That turbulent storm of thoughts just quiets down, and what's left behind is a mind that is clear, quiet, and calm. The constant battle finally stops. This is the transformation we're really talking about. On one side, you have the anxious individual, constantly being pulled between the past and the future, feeling agitated and just plain tired. And on the other side, through the simple practice of mindfulness, we have the calm individual, someone who is grounded, present, and at peace. It really is a journey from storm to stillness.
So as we wrap up this explainer, let's make sure we lock in the single most important takeaway. It's all about understanding where our true power really is.
So what's the ultimate key? It's this: we can't change the past, and we can't control the future. The only place we have any real power, the only place we can find genuine, lasting peace, is in this exact moment. The key isn't somewhere else. It's always available to every one of us right here and right now. And that brings me to my final question. For you, as you're listening to my voice, just for a second, check in with yourself. Are you already thinking about what's next on your to-do list, or are you fully here in this moment? Where is your focus right now?